Hey guys, Nick here, and I got a game of Kill Confirmed on mission using the M4 with the silencer, which is a gun I used for quite a while in the beginning, but then I kind of realized the ACR is very similar, only performs slightly better, so I've been using the ACR a lot more over the M4. But for this game, I decided to throw on the M4, and things went very well, I must say. My kill streaks are the Predator, Attack Helicopter, and Reaper, which are my favorite kill streaks to use pretty much. They're not too high, and they're fairly effective when they don't get shot down. But one of the problems with this game is that it's really, really easy to shoot things down, and they kind of really reward you for it. You get a point towards your point streak, you get points, you can throw stingers on pretty much any class, and you're immune and invisible to kill streaks for about 5 seconds, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 seconds after you spawn. So, that's kind of a problem I'm having with this game, is that you have these really high assault kill streaks, like an attack helicopter 7 kills, which isn't really high, but that's still relatively hard to get for most people, and it can be taken down really, really, really quickly with one stinger, which it always could have been, like in Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, you could shoot down a helicopter with one stinger. Though I'm not sure about Black Ops. I never really shot anything down because those attack helicopters already weren't that great. But yeah, in Modern Warfare 2, an attack helicopter could be taken down with one stinger. But it just didn't happen as often because you weren't given a point towards your point streak. And then in terms of higher kill streaks, like an AC-130 is really easy to shoot down now because not only do I not see people as soon as they spawn like they did in Black Ops, you now are invincible to kill streaks, which I find kind of crazy. But, some games where people don't shoot down your stuff, you can still do fairly well. That's one of the reasons I like the Reaper, is because you can get like 5 or 6 kills as long as people don't shoot it down. And that's quite rewarding. Anyways, this game I want to talk about the spawns and Modern Warfare 3's spawns in general, because they're a lot different than previous Call of Duties. They've kind of been using a revenge spawn system, which they have been updating and been trying to get away from. But, the way the maps are designed and the way the spawn system works, you have to play a lot differently in Modern Warfare 3 to pull things off. So, first off, I want to recommend that you use the minimap. This is very important. You must pay attention to the minimap. And a lot of people say this, you must pay attention to the minimap, but I'm not saying that you should be looking for red dots that shows where the enemy is. I'm saying that you should be using the minimap to look at where your team is. This is something that a lot of people don't realize, but the location of your team can be even more helpful than the location of the enemies. Because having a UAV, a lot of people use Assassin. It's going to show maybe two to three people usually, and that might be helpful, you think, but you're running towards somebody you see on the map, but there was somebody with Assassin in between you and the person you're running towards, and they kill you because you weren't expecting them to be there. So if you're paying attention to the minimap looking for where your team is, you'll do even better. Because generally, enemies don't spawn in a large group of your team. Generally, it happens sometimes, but generally enemies do not spawn within a few feet of 4 people on your team. So if you stay close to your team, not like in a huge group of them, but close to them, and pay attention to where your team is, what direction they're moving, what direction they're looking, this will help you out a lot. For example, if you look at the map and your entire team is behind you, it's highly likely that the enemy will be spawning in front of you. But if you look at the map and your team is starting to move in front of you towards the other side of the map, the enemies are going to start spawning behind you. And this is something that is a little bit different because the enemy spawns change a lot easier in this game. If you kill somebody and you're not near your teammates, that person is quite likely to spawn right behind you, like 5-10 feet away from you. So you have to watch out for that, because the revenge spawn system in this game is going to try and spawn the person you just killed as close as possible to where you are. So if you can kind of realize this can help you out a lot. When you're in a certain position like this is a really powerful position because it's really hard to hit me where I am. I'm kind of on a slant, so when they shoot at me, there's a lot less of me exposed for them to hit. and you know, I'm ready for them. But I have to pay attention to where my teammates are, because if you can see right, I guess to my left, there was a teammate that just started moving. He was kind of looking towards where the enemies might be coming from. I was looking the other way the enemies might be coming from. So assuming that he's actually playing the game and not just like, you know, chilling there, not actually holding his controller or anything, he's likely to kill anyone who tries to sneak up behind me, or at least shoot at them. You know, if I pay attention to where he is, if I notice him die, then I should probably turn around to expect people to start coming from that direction. So once again, using the minimap can be very helpful. You want to look at where your teammates are, and you know, pay attention to when they die. A silencer is helpful, but if you see a teammate die, then you know that there's likely someone close. Silencers reduce the range on guns. They can be killed across the map with a silencer, but if they're killed with a silencer, it's usually somebody who's relatively close. If you hear, oh, right here, I pick up a MOAB. I was using Salt Streaks, and I was kind of surprised that I got this, which is why I think I'm going to call this a surprise MOAB. But I was just running around using my Assault Streaks. You see, I picked up the Reaper there, and I got that after I got the kill, and then after it showed the Reaper, it said MOAB, which is why at first I kind of thought it was a teammate's MOAB, or maybe even an enemy MOAB. When I saw MOAB pop up on the screen, I'm like, oh, somebody got a MOAB, and I'm like, oh wait, that's me with a MOAB. Kind of wasn't expecting that. I forgot that MOAB was in the game. I was just kind of running around getting lots of kills. And there's a few things I want to point out here with my Reapers. So I got a Reaper. I think I called in my first Reaper, but then after that, my second Reaper, I didn't call in right away, and I built up another kill streak, and I got a third Reaper. So I called the third Reaper in, I think, maybe. Did I call the third Reaper in? Now I'm really confused. No, I think I got my first Reaper, and then I got my second Reaper right after that. And I didn't call in my first Reaper. I used my second Reaper, but I didn't call in my first one. And when I got out of my second Reaper, my first Reaper was gone. So if you get a kill streak in this game, and you get the same kill streak again without using the first one that you got, the first kill streak will go away. You will no longer be able to use it, which is different from MW2. Say in MW2, if you got a Harrier, you died, you got another Harrier, you could call in two Harriers. Not at the same time, I don't think. Or maybe you could. I don't remember how they did that, but you had two Harriers to call in still. If you got a Predator missile, you died, and then you got another Predator missile, you would have two Predator missiles to call in. But in this game, if you get a Predator missile and you die, you get another Predator missile before you call the first one in, you will only be able to call in one Predator missile. Your kill streaks will disappear if you don't call them in. So that's just something to pay attention to. Sometimes in this game, I try to stack, like in Modern Warfare 2, you know, it wouldn't be a big deal if I had two Predator missiles to call in a row. Or you might save a Predator missile in case there was a flag being capped that you couldn't get to. It was just kind of a nice thing to have, to save a Predator missile, but you can't do that in this game. You can't save your kill streaks. And the second thing I want to point out is, for some reason, I cannot call in my Reaper after my MOAB. It says the airspace is too crowded, which I'm a little confused by, because is a MOAB equivalent to a Reaper? This orange haze is equivalent to a Reaper? Why can I not call in my Reaper? I am very confused. I could call in my Predator missile, but I could not call in my Reaper for the rest of the game. So I get 3 Reapers in this game, and I only get to call in one of them, which is a little annoying because there are 9 kill streaks. That's a decent amount of kills I could have gotten. I probably could have gotten another 10 or so kills had I been able to call in those Reapers. But I already get 60 kills this game, so I'm pretty happy with that alone. And then stealth bombers. I'm not sure how that is a supporting kill streak. It looks more like all it does is kill my entire team every time somebody gets a 15-point streak, including deaths, because that's definitely a streak. Anyways, that's the end of the game. I went 61-4 with a MOAB using assault kill streaks, which I think is pretty good. So please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you would like to see some more of my stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye.